The crisis is very serious. I'm very concerned, especially what happens in Italy.
The EPP Group's Peter Liese on the coronavirus. A doctor himself, he's a member of the European Parliament's Committee on the Environment, Public Health and Food Safety. He wants more EU action on prevention as well as economic stimulus.
We need much more European coordination. The European Center for Disease Control, ECDC, needs much more staff as soon as possible. And then, of course, we need to cooperate when it comes to treatment and vaccination.
While health policy is a national responsibility, the EPP Group says the EU should coordinate restrictions on travel, schools, and public events. And the EU should combine efforts such as with supplies of drugs.
The EPP Group has already asked weeks before, when we didn't know that the coronavirus is a problem in Europe, that we need to deal with the shortage of drugs. This problem affects every citizen. It should be the highest possible priority. Member states should work together so that shortage of supply immediately can be overcome.
Liese says the crisis adds further urgency to the need for medical sovereignty, for Europe to reduce its dependency on other countries for drugs and medical supplies.
We need legislative action. It needs to be an incentive or maybe even an obligation that we are not so dependent from one and only factory in China or India.
On the economic impact, Liese and EPP Group Vice Chair Esther de Lange call for a more flexible interpretation of EU state aid rules to help companies hurting from the crisis, and money from EU institutions like the European Fund for Strategic Investments or the European Investment Bank.
We need to be all hands on deck. We should be making sure that we use all the flexibility we have within our Stability and Growth Pact, that we use all the financial means that we have in the FC fund, cheap loans from the EIB, especially to small and medium enterprises.